Good evening and welcome to Justeventonline News at 9. I'm Anifat Ismail. The news headlines. Tinubu unveils LEEP platform to create 2.5 million jobs. Akpabio wants MDAs on non-compliance with assembly resolutions. Federal government declares public holidays for Easter celebration. Defense Minister, Service Chiefs, review security strategies. EFCC links terror financing to corruption, weak governance. FRS begins review of tax incentives. Lassa fever kills 127 in 18 states. Jigawa enforces compulsory hijab for security operatives. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has launched the Labor, Employment and Empowerment Program designed to create 2.5 million jobs and opportunities within 2 years for unemployed Nigerians. Tinubu said Nigeria was ready to lead in the future of work and prepared to meet the demands of the changing world. President Tinubu, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, maintained that Nigeria was home to vast opportunities the youth could explore. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has warned ministries, departments, and agencies of government against non-compliance with National Assembly resolutions. He said that compliance with legislative resolutions was not optional, but binding on MDAs and other public institutions. Akpabio stated this at the second national workshop organized by the Senate Committee on Legislative Compliance in Abuja. The federal government has declared Friday, April 18 and Monday, 21, 2025 a public holidays to mark Good Friday and Easter Monday, respectively. The announcement was made on Tuesday by the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, on behalf of the federal government. In a statement by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Magdalene Ajani, the Minister urged citizens to reflect on the significance of the season, stressing the virtues of sacrifice and love exemplified by Jesus Christ, who gave his life for the redemption of humanity. The Minister of Defense, Badaru Abubakar, has held a high-level operational briefing with the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and service chiefs to evaluate ongoing efforts to tackle insecurity across the country, particularly in the northern region. This was disclosed in a statement issued by the Minister's personal assistant on media and publicity, Mati Ali, following the meeting held at the Minister's office in Abuja. The briefing, according to the statement, provided the Minister with a detailed overview of the current security situation, operational challenges, and strategic efforts by the armed forces to combat insurgency, banditry, and other security threats. The Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, has warned that weak governance structures, poor accountability, and financial crimes are fueling the operations of violent non-state actors in the country. delivering a lecture to participants of the Executive Intelligence Management Course 18 at the National Institute for Security Studies, Abuja. Olukoyede was represented by the Commission's Director of Public Affairs, Wilson, warned that insurgents, bandits, kidnappers, separatist agitators, and cyber criminals are feeding off systematic corruption and regulatory weakness to sustain their operations. The Federal Inland Revenue Service has commenced a comprehensive review of all tax incentives under its administration, citing the need to improve transparency, eliminate inefficiencies, and ensure value for money in the country's tax expenditure system. The move was disclosed by the executive chairman of the FRS, Dr. Zach Adedeji, who was represented by the coordinating director of the Corporate Services Group, Mrs. Balaji Akintola, at the tax expenditure workshop held in Abuja. Dr. Adedeji said the service had already identified a number of infractions. Dr. Adedeji said the service had already identified a number of infractions in the administration of tax incentives as a result of ongoing monitoring and evaluation processes. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has confirmed 674 Lassa fever cases with 127 deaths across 18 states, 93 local government areas between January and April 6, 2025. In a situation report released on Tuesday, the NCDC said 674 cases tested positive out of 4,025 suspected cases during that period under review. The Jigawa state government has made significant decisions regarding the attire of female security operatives in the state. According to a recent announcement, the government has directed 3 private security firms operating in the state to allow their female workers to wear hijabs while on duty. And that will be all on Justeventonline News at 9. Here is the recap of the story. Tinubu unveils LEEP platform to create 2.5 million jobs. Akpabio wants MDAs on non-compliance with assembly resolutions. Federal government declares public holidays for Easter celebration. Defense Minister, Service Chiefs review security challenges. EFCC links terror financing to corruption, weak governance. FRS begins review of tax incentives. Lassa fever kills 127 in 18 states. Jigawa enforces compulsory hijab for security operatives. Thank you for watching Justeventonline News. Be good to people around you and make a good relationship for a better tomorrow. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com and to read more updates, follow us on our social media platforms with a tap at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I'm an infant Ismail. Good night.